Da-da-dun-dun. Da-da-dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun. Da-da-dun-dun. Be the best days of my life. Really, I've done enough. Yep. Wonju. Exactly. Perfect Wonju. Hello, Wonju. These should be the best days of my life. My mom and I finally have a healthy relationship. Of course, she wants to get rid of me, and my sister is stalking me, but let's not affirm the negative. Rather, let's be thankful that the Mother Earth and turtle medicine, which comprises all of the protective value of all the medicines of the earth, right? And the turtle's like the owl of the ground, slow, steady, and penetrating, and protective. So your home should be protected by the shell of the turtle, the tortoise shell. And I have been protected, and I'm so thankful to the Mother Earth. Thank you, Mother Earth. My heart, my connection to you has protected me from many evils that have chilled my blood for a long, long time. And every day that goes by now, I feel a little more confident, a little stronger. My panic attacks have stopped because I was stalked by police for a number of weeks from different levels. And also, it can just be energetic. It doesn't have to be like they're even conscious. It just, you can see that the level of interaction now is problematic energetically. It doesn't matter what's going on behind the scenes. It's a problematic situation. So, and this is for exercising free speech, right? As a lot of these people don't have really much else to do, right? And they're not used to dealing with people who have ethics and intelligence, right? And voices of their own. Granted, that's something to be aware of, because if you have those things, that's very, and I've learned this from white women. They've told me for years. So this comes right from women to me. This is what they say. This is what they teach all over the world. And they teach all their little boys this too. That, what makes you an intelligent, ethical person or a man can make them angry or horny or anxious to give you salvation, or all of the above, right? And with all kinds of lowered ethical inhibitions. It makes you food or foe. Food or foe, or both. You can go from being foe to being food to being foe. And no wonder women have so much trouble with their relationships, because they start off feeding on you, and then they become your foe, or you become their foe, and they feed on you even more. Before it was because they wanted to mount you, now they want to mount you on the wall, right? They want your cock, now they want everything you've got, because you raped them before they were born, so they can just rape you. So it's the way we treat the sun. No matter what it gives, we always want to take more from the earth, right? Instead of waiting for her to offer what she has to offer, we take what she and what he has to offer. What do you think the earth has to offer you? So, of all the human race, why does the earth protect me? Protect you, protect them, protect all these creatures, right? And if you're a good person, you strive to be protected because you're good in relation to the goodness of the earth, not in relation to God, not in relation to ethics, because if you're good in terms of the earth, that is the most solid foundation to generate money. Because right away, you're being supported by the earth, which is the fundamental of every economy in the world. It's subverted for the sake of systems of deadly leverage over the human flesh, but essentially the earth is the of all of our nourishment in any kind of currency in the world. What happens is, because of the perverse resistance to the goodness of the earth, it creates flesh and blood out of a negative current. That's cancer. People and personalities and agencies and mentalities that are created, fleshed out by this of the goodness of the earth, creates a cannibalistic world that is ready to tell you that the earth is going to kill you if you don't kill her first. And you got to kill your father, or he's going to kill you. The son is on death row because it's eventually going to kill everyone. All these perverse. So it's creating a cancerous mentality, forces people to go into a parasitical nature where good and bad are just as bad. The tree of personality and the tree of good and evil are the same, and there's really no distinction between the two. And the people who think there is have no power whatsoever, except what is promoted and prioritized by certain particularly economic systems and pathological forms of social and economic leverage, which you begin to roll over your children in superior amounts, because you think about every way you talk to your children and how you'd like to be spoken to or treated by someone who's 10 times your size. and has every fucking economic and social advantage over you. Think about that. First time I was sent to preschool, 3 years old, I was sexually assaulted by 2 young white women. Right? A year ago, I was in a coffee shop. I was sexually assaulted by 10 to 12 white women. Not the first time, by the way. And it won't be the last. Why? Women are sexually predatory. Okay? I spent the entire time in a room with my pants soaked with urine. They did nothing for me. They presented me to my parents when they came. Nothing was wrong. This is what they do. They're pathological liars. Sociopaths. They just know the system. They know what you're supposed to do. They know they have this, like a sociopath, like a cult. They have a high sense of virtue signaling, right? This is what you do. This is what you do. This is who you're supposed to be. The language, the lingo, they got it all down. Environmental, feminist, you name it. But they don't fundamentally give a fuck about anyone. That's gone. Because if you could give a fuck about people, you wouldn't be a part of the system. You wouldn't be a preschool teacher. You wouldn't be able to stomach it. Right? The whole preschool, when I came in, was designed to create an awesome and overwhelming effect upon my mind, with the sheer proliferation of colors and stupid toys everywhere. Okay? And I found it so overwhelming, I couldn't take it. It overwhelmed me. It was like a place where children were being stalked. It overwhelms your judgment. Never in my life had I been in a place with such a dizzying array of noises and colors and shouting. It's just like, what the fuck are you talking about? Immediately, I never even stepped into the room. Just like I never went to the cafeteria in high school. Never, never, never. I don't know how these orangutans could go to the cafeteria for lunch. I don't know how you do it. It's such an animalistic place. I hate cafeterias. My dad has always hated cafeterias, you know? Oh, high school cafeterias. Oh, what a disgusting environment.